Sorry, I just a call was coming in and cut off my video. So now the first quartile. So the first quartile is, from the definition that we did before in the last lesson, was it is the median of the median and the lowest value. So what that means is the first quartile is in between the lowest value and the median. Okay, so it's halfway between the lowest value and the median. Okay, so if the median is at the 25th spot, then the first quartile is half of that, from the first spot to the 25th spot. Okay, so if we go from the first to the 25th, halfway we have to go. Okay, so the halfway is, you could divide by 2 and get 12.5, or you could say the 13th spot. Okay, so if we go to the chart now, we look where the 13th spot would be. So again, this is where 1 is. We add 6 is 7. We add 12, and that's 19. So 13th would land in this range here. So it would be 15 to 20. But then we have to go halfway. So it'd be 17.5 minutes. Then we have the third quartile. So the third quartile is halfway between the median and the highest point. So from the median to the highest point. So it's in between the 25th spot and the 50th spot. So halfway would be 37.5. So we just say the 38th spot for the third quartile. Okay, so for the third quartile. So we have to find where the 38th spot is. So this is 34. We add 5, we get to 39. So the 38th spot would be in this range here. So 25, So 25 to 30, which gives us 27.5 minutes. So that is the median, the first quartile, and the third quartile. Okay, now we go from the range. Our range is our highest value minus our lowest value. So our highest possible value, we don't know what the highest value is, we just know it's in this range. So the highest possible value we could have is 45. And the very lowest value we could have is 0. So 45 minus 0 is 45 minutes is the range. Sorry, I just messed up. This is distance. So let's say meters. My apologies. Okay, then we have IQR. So that was the range. Now our IQR is interquartile range. Okay, and that is Q3 minus Q1. So we just take these two values and subtract them. So 27.5 subtract 17.5 gives us 10 meters. Okay, and we'll get to B now. Are there any outliers? Okay, so in the first side of this page, we said if there's an outlier, if the value is lower than the answer of this, or higher than this one. Okay, so our Q1 is, I'll go through the math and explain it. Our Q1 is 17.5 minus 1.5 times IQR. So 1.5 times 10. So the IQR is this. So we get 17.5, subtract 15, gives us 2.5. Okay? I'll go to the next one, and I'll explain if we have any outliers or not. So our Q3 is 27.5 plus, we already know that this is, well, I'll just write it out again. 1.5 times 10. So 27.5 plus 15 gives us 42.5. Okay, so an outlier exists. Where are we over here? If we have values less than the answer here, or more than or greater than an answer for here. Okay, so the question is, do we have any values that are lower than 2.5? So 2.5 would go into this range here. But we don't know exactly what this value is. This could be a 3, it could be a 4, it could be a 1 with regards to distance. We don't know. So for their case, there is no outliers for this one. Okay, we don't know if there's a value less than 2.5 meters. We have only one answer, but we don't know where it is. Then we go into our next one. Do we have any values that are larger than 42.5? So our 42.5 is in this range. Again, we don't know exactly what these numbers are. So in this case, no outliers as well. Okay. If by chance we had another column, say 45 to 50, and say there was one entry here, then we would say, yes, there is an outlier. Okay, so this one would definitely be higher than this answer here. So we would definitely have an outlier, but we do not have this. Okay, so right now 42.5 is in this range. We don't know exactly what these values are. So we say no outliers. Okay, and lastly, I'm just going to show you quickly two things. One is how to draw the box whisker plot. Okay, so since our values are from 0 to 45, I would have from 0 to 45, okay, probably go up by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So I'd make a line going from 0 to 45, and then you make your box, which is 3 lines that are these 3 values. Sorry, 10, 20, 30. So our median is at 22.5, so here. So we make a line. Our first quartile is at 17.5, so we find 17.5, we'll make another line. Our third quartile is 27.5, so at 27.5, we put another line. Okay, and then we have 2 dots for our highest and lowest value. So our lowest possible value is 0, because we don't know what this is. We have a point at 0, and then we have a point at 45. And now we're going to connect the box together by 2 horizontal lines. And then 2 more horizontal lines connecting the dots to the box. And that is how you create a box whisker plot. Okay, so last thing here is I want to show you just quickly how to do the Q1 and Q3 if you had a list of values. Okay, so say we had our values here. We want to find our median, Q1 and Q3. So to find our median, no 0, sorry. To find our median, we just count. Go here, 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 here. So we have 9 and 10. So we have our median would be 9.5. And then to find a Q1, you go from the middle and you find the middle again. So here, here, here. So this will be my Q1. This is our median. And then for our last one, our Q3. So here, here, here. Sorry, Q3. And this would be our Q3. Okay, so the Q1 is in the middle of the median and the lowest value. and our Q3 is the middle of the median and your highest value. Okay, that concludes the lesson today. We have questions here: 275, 235, 7, 8, and 12. And do we have any birthday shout outs? Let me see. Nope, nobody till June. All right, hope all is well. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.